was the day a new era began in Penn State football, and Marian Catholic head football coach Stan DeCoste was there. The day Bill O'Brien was introduced as Penn State's new head football coach, DeCoste was in University Park for a Big 33 meeting. O'Brien showed up at the meeting, and DeCoste got a look at Penn State's future while remembering its past.
Coach O'Brien came and talked to us. He's a very impressive man. I got a chance to talk to Coach Anderson that day, and he's no longer coaching, but he's a real credit. I told him, I said, you're a real credit to football coach. And, you know, those guys have been together forever. So, you know, with the Penn State people, they would never big-time you. They were always receptive. You know, for Andy Ganner, couldn't do enough for you. And that came from Joe. You know, that Joe set the tone, and he realized how important high school football was, and was a great supporter of Pennsylvania high school football.
Joe Paterno meant a lot to high school football coaches across the Commonwealth. DeCoste met Paterno a few times and hopes people remember how impressive Paterno's tenure was at Penn State. Berwick's head coach Gary Campbell used to coach high school football in Massachusetts, but he knew all about Paterno even before he moved to Pennsylvania.
I think every coach envied the fact that he had success on the field and in the classroom. And I think that's what separated him from all the other coaches, was simply that many coaches had success on the field. However, he was also successful in developing young men and developing people into our society. And I think that's what set him apart. So that's what we all looked up to and admired about Joe Paterno.
Paterno, born in Brooklyn, New York, and known throughout the world, knew a thing or two about this area.
You know, meeting Coach Paterno for the first time, and an impression from him, it was like I'd known him for quite some time. Immediately, he connected back to the background here and the coal region and his experiences, and you know, all the players and the coaches that he had met in his passings through here. But you know, he's just a tremendous guy. He made positive impact, obviously, at Penn State, and he was really easy to relate to.
That recruiting trip was made to talk to Shenandoah Valley football player Greg Harrison. Paterno made another trip to Northeast Pennsylvania to meet with Hazleton Area Cougar Dan Drogan. Both players went to Penn State, and Monomoy Area's head coach, formerly Shenandoah Valley's head coach Wally Hall, and Hazleton Area's head coach Jim Drumhiller will always remember meeting Paterno.
For the athletes, for the student body, just the camaraderie that he brought to that school, and you know, he'll never ever be replaced. And I just feel that the passing and the time of things that went on the last couple months, just he really passed away with a very heavy heart. And you know, again, there's nobody like him. He reached out for everybody and was so sincere in everything that he did. He'll never be replaced.
Joe Paterno, the man who won more football games than any other major college football coach, leaves behind a ton of stories, and almost everyone in Pennsylvania has one.
Now you'll find out what kind of an effect and impact he had on people throughout his career, and that will all come out during these weeks that people are remembering Joe. It'll be a great, great story for a little while.
We've taken Division I football trips for our squad every year, and Penn State's been gracious enough to host us. And the last one was about, I would think like 4 years ago, about 4 years ago. And after the trip, after practice, we went into the creamery, and I ran into a former student of ours, a young lady who was a student at Penn State. And I said to her half-kiddingly, I said, boy, Coach Paterno took great care of us today. And she turned to me, she said, Coach Paterno takes care of all of us. And I think that's spoken in a nutshell. I mean, she was a student, but she said, Coach Paterno takes care of all of us. And people, I think, got to understand that part of it from everybody's standpoint up there.